Nigerian Adamu Gabonese convicted of drug trafficking charges in U.S. Welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. This was announced by Damian Williams, the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, and Wendell C. Woolcock, Special Agent in charge of the Special Operations Division of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, on Tuesday. Now the news in detail. A Nigerian national, Jibril Adamu, and one other, ong༼ନ୍ତ୍AFF1CK1NG, has been convicted for conspiring to use a United States registered aircraft to fly tons of cocaine between South America, Africa, and Europe. This was announced by Damian Williams, the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, and Wendell C. Woolcock, Special Agent in charge of the Special Operations Division of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, on Tuesday. According to them, via a press release from the United States Attorney's Office, a jury returned guilty verdicts on Monday against Lanji and Adamu on the charge of conspiring to traffic 5 kilograms or more of cocaine on board an aircraft owned by the United States citizen and registered in the United States. The U.S. District Judge Paul G. Gadoff presided over the 2-week trial. Williams said, as a jury found, ong༼ନ୍ତ୍Lanji and Jibril Adamu sought to exploit their abilities as pilots and used Lanji's private jets to smuggle multi-ton loads of cocaine from South America to West Africa and onto Europe and elsewhere. Presuming they will be able to make regular runs to Europe, figuratively flying under radar, Lanji and Adamu were instead arrested in Croatia at the end of an initial test flight. Now they wait sentences for the crime. As reflected in the indictment, public filings, and the evidence presented at trial. Beginning in or about October 2017, Lanji, Adamu, and others agreed to use a United States-registered Gulfstream G2 private jet owned by Lanji, a United States citizen, to distribute multi-ton quantities of cocaine in South America, Africa, Europe, and elsewhere. Lanji and Adamu, who were both pilots, planned to use the G2 and other aircraft to fly unregistered and untraceable black flights with multi-thousand kilogram loads of cocaine from South America to West Africa to be unloaded at clandestine airstrips, including landing sites in the Sahara Desert. After the cocaine was offloaded in Africa, Lanji and Adamu planned to use Lanji's aviation business incorporation in the state of Georgia as cover for cocaine smuggling flights to Europe and elsewhere. For example, Lanji agreed to use his company to arrange similar legitimate passenger VIP flights to Europe, for which Adamu would serve as a pilot, while concealing multi-ton quantities of cocaine hidden on board for further distribution in European countries. On or about October 30, 2018, the two defendants conducted a test shipment and flew G2 from Mali to Croatia with 1 kilogram of cocaine on board. They expected that their successful provision of a 1 kilogram cocaine sample to clients in Europe would pave the way for providing twice monthly shipments of cocaine worth as much as $40 million each in the European market. However, members of the Croatian National Police investigating Lanji and Adamu, in coordination with the DEA, searched the G2 following their arrival in Croatia, recovered the kilogram of cocaine, and arrested Lanji and Adamu. Both defendants were later extradited to the United States. The USAO further stated that Lanji, 58, of the United States and Gabon, and Adamu, 58, of Nigeria, were convicted of 1 count of conspiring to distribute and possess with intent to distribute cocaine with a U.S. citizen on board an aircraft, and on board an aircraft owned by a U.S. citizen or registered in the U.S., which carries out a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years in prison and a maximum sentence of life in prison. The statutory minimum and maximum sentences in this case are prescribed by Congress and are provided here for informational purposes only, as any sentences of the defendants will be determined by Judge Gadoff. This case has been handled by the Office Terrorism and International Narcotics Unit. Assistant U.S. Attorneys Elino L. Talo and Matthew J.C. Hellman are in charge of a prosecution. Wow. Wow. Well, he's supposed to, or both of them, or those parties involved are supposed to be made to face the law. It is time that Nigeria should stand up and call a spade and not a sparrow a sparrow. Whenever anybody, no matter who the person is, no matter where the person is from, as far as the person is a human being, the person should be made to face the law. You did what is not right, you should be made to face the law. Nothing should happen. There should be no, oh, we do not want the whole world to know. No. If you keep disgracing these people now that commit crime, criminals, and making them face the law, what will happen? Others that are towing that line will know that you are in for business. It is just like those in the presidency now. That is why I said competence and integrity. Integrity should be shown by all men. I mean, you know the right thing, you do the right thing. You do the right thing. No matter how, how much the price you feel you're going to pay for it. The right thing, you do it. This happens. This is why I said, okay, even in the electorates now, an ordinary Nigerian in his dispose of duty is supposed to have integrity and is supposed to be sincere and transparent. How are you living your life? In your own business, in your office, in that small position that you feel, you are aspiring for better, and you are seeing that particular position as small. How are you doing it? How are you sincere? Are you transparent? Because it is these electorates now that are going to grow and develop into the people who will be in the administration affairs of governing or presidenting the country. That is just it. How are you carrying out your own, your own job? How are you living your life? It is a pity that such things like this can happen. It is a pity that Nigerians are being mentioned in whenever there's such crime. It does not speak good for the country. People in the country are having a hard time. They are having a very hard time as Nigerians in their land. And now when they cross over borders for greener pastures, other people from this same place still make life a living hell. There's already this, will I say it is prejudice or stigma now that they name Nigeria. If you go to places, jokes apart, they name Nigeria now. They're going to, if you're not careful, they will start fighting you for no just reason. There's this, mentality they have about Nigerians, and this keeps happening. It is even more alarming that recently, a commissioner of police, or I don't know if it is a deputy commissioner of police, but somebody who was made to be fighting against corruption was found in the middle of it. Until this, we have not heard that Nigeria have fished him out single-handedly, and just the U.S. government, fine, do anything you want. Look, if you keep standing with evil, evil will continue to prevail. A good man is not a good man if he stands by and watch justice not being done. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.